Hello everyone, welcome to this video by DataSense. So in this video, I have brought a very interesting and very important SQL question which is asked very frequently in almost all of the interviews. So far it has been asked in Tiger Analytics, it has been asked in Citibank, it has been asked in Amdocs, and at least 7 to 8 more companies this question has been asked. And time to time the version of this question might vary. Sometimes they change the company name, sometimes they give you a different example, but the overall function of the question remains same. So in this video, I'm going to explain you the whole framework. We are not just going to solve the question. Remember this, solving question is just a very simple thing. Main thing is to understand the framework. So I'm going to explain you how to visualize such a question in your mind before even starting coding, and how to tackle such question in future, because a different version or a difficult version of such question can come in future for you. Okay, so we will understand everything. So dive into this video and watch the video completely. And now let's begin. So let us try to understand the question first and what are they asking from us. In the question, you are given this particular table. There is a single table which has various sales. So it is a table of 20 rows and it has various sales. If you see, there's a company name, there is sale amount, there is region, there is sale date and discount. Okay, so there are 20 different sales done by 20 different companies, or companies might repeat, but there are 20 different sale amount done at various sale dates. Now the question that they are asking us, they want us to create a table where we have this region category. So if you see, we don't have this region category anywhere in our main table. So we might need to calculate this particular variable. Similarly, sale category is also not given. There is a sale amount, there is a sale date, but sale category is not given. So this is the question that comes first to the mind, that how to get this. Second question comes to mind, how to get this. And third is total discounted sales. Now, what do they mean by this? There's a sale amount, but do they mean this particular sale only, or there's a discounted sale, because there's discount given as well. So there can be a sale which comes after deducting the discount. So these three variables we need to get. So in total, we need to get a summary of this particular thing, that given a data set, you have to create a report across all region categories, sale categories, and you have to get the discounted sale. Now, if you see, there is lot of disjointed information in this particular question. You are given something, you are asked something else, and you want to know what is the middle information. And for that, we are given a document, we are given the proper question. We will read it, understand the various relationship between each of the columns, and try to see can we get to this particular calculation. So now let us move to the document. Now, if you see, this is the document that is given to us, that you are a data analyst working for a firm. Okay, so these are the variables which were present in the main table. Unique identifier of each transaction, there is company name. Okay, there is sale amount, that is the amount of the sale, if we see that. Okay, and then there you have a region, north, south. Okay, fine, this is the date of the sale, and this is discount percentage. So there are these are the percentage values. Okay, these are not the actual discount, these are the like 5%, 10%, 15% and 20%. So we need to remember this. Now the question is asking us that write a SQL query that performs the following task. The first of all, we need to calculate the discounted sale amount. So we see that we are given a sale amount, but we don't want this. We want a discounted sale amount. And what is that? This is sale amount after reducing the discount from this. For example, let us say a company is selling something at 100 and they are giving a 10% discount. So the final sale value will be 90. So we need to cater this in this particular question. Second is that each transaction is based on the sale value. Now, this particular sale value, if you see, this is based on the discounted sale. So once you create this particular discounted sale, you have to categorize it into three categories. High value if the sale is greater than 5,000, moderate value for this, and low value for this. Okay, so far what I understand is that we have a table given. Okay, we have to create a discounted sale column, and once that discounted sale column is created, I have to categorize it into various layers. So whether it is a high value transaction, moderate value transaction, or a low value transaction. Now after this is done, we also need to classify based on region. So there is a priority region if something is falling in north or east, and there is a non-priority region if something is falling on south or west. So this also we need to create. Okay, so we will look about this, and after that we need to calculate total sales in each region, and we have to finally give this particular table as output, that is region category, sale category, and total discounted sales. Now I know with so many information, your mind would have been like confused at what exactly to do, and that is why I'm here to explain this question, to break this question one by one, step by step, before even going to the coding part we will do. But first let us visualize this question. Now so let's go back to Excel and see what all information we are given and how we can approach this particular question. So if I come to this particular question, we have this data set given. The first step that is given to us, that is asked, we need to calculate the discounted sales. Okay, the first step is discounted sale. Now how we will calculate discounted sales? It's pretty simple. You are given this sale amount, you are given this percentage discount, so we'll simply get it from this particular part. Once you get this, your second objective is to get the type of sale. Whatever a sale comes after this, you need to create type of sale. Okay, type of sale. And the third thing that you need to do is region type. What type of region is this? Now once this is done, you will have the sale category, you will have the region category. Now comes the total discounted sales. Total discounted sale we have to get across each of the variable. So it is a kind of summarization that is given, that is asked in the question. So let us first of all solve this question in Excel. So I am simply going to just copy this particular table here. Okay, and let's do some calculation on this particular table. So to understand what is being asked, what we need to create and what we need to do. So we are given this particular table, this much we are sure. Okay, and now we need, the first step is that we need to calculate the discounted sales. So we need to calculate the discounted sales. Okay, so how do we calculate that? It is given that it is pretty simple. You need to this multiplied by this into 1 minus this. So how you will do this? This will be equal to sale amount into 1 minus your this divided by 100. Okay, so this way you are going to calculate the discounted sales. So pretty simple. We will just populate this particular part, and yeah, we are here. So the first part is done. Now the question comes that how do I calculate based on the values? How do I calculate various sale categories? So let us check what all sale categories are given to us. So if I see, it is given that less than 3000 is low. Okay, and 3000 to 5000 is moderate, and 5000 plus is, this is moderate, and 5000 plus is high. Okay, so this is a typical example. You can use if else condition. Now we are not here to learn Excel, but simply you will use a if else statement to create that particular. And how to do this in SQL, we will be talking about case when, how to use case when here. Now one variable is this, second variable is this region. In region also there are two regions which fall in priority and two regions fall in non-priority. So there also we will apply case when. So how to apply case when, we will discuss this particular part. Once this is done, we need to create a summary. Okay, so the overall architecture of the code looks like this. You are given a table. Okay, you were given a table first of all. Then what you need to do, you need to perform some calculations. Okay, perform calculations. Once you have created the calculation, your next part comes summarizing the table. Okay, so there are two parts involved in this particular question. If you thoroughly read the question, that first you are given this, first you have to do this, second you have to do this, and that's how you will generate the final table which is asked in the question. Now at times you have to figure out this on your own. This is the main problem, I will say the main challenge of this question, that figuring out what is the order, because there are two types of question in SQL. Remember, first of all, you will be given a table. You might need to add columns, add rows, filter rows, like those particular table operations you need to do. Once you have done that, then you need to create a summary of that particular table. Okay, so this is something you need to understand yourself only. No one is going to come and tell you in interview. You have to train yourself very hard by looking at what is given, what is not given. So let us directly first of all move to SQL, and we will try to create this discounted column first of all. After that, we will move to the case when statement. Now just before I move to SQL, just understand how to write this particular query. For example, let us say you are given a table. Okay, you are given a table and there are two columns. This is column, let's say this was sales and this was discount. Now your objective is to create a new column here, okay, which is a multiplication or some operation of sales and discount. Now let us try to understand what does discounted sale means. So as I mentioned, for example, let's say a sale value is equal to 100 and you are given that discount is equal to 10%. So how do you get the discounted sale? The final sale value is equal to discounted sale. How do you get this? To get this, you will simply say sale into 1 minus discount by 100. Okay, so, or you can say simply, it means that if 10% discount is there, it means 100 into 90%. As simple as that, which is equal to 90. So how you can write SQL query for this particular part is, you can say that select star, okay, star, you will fetch all the columns. Now you are going to do sales, which is given to you, minus, you need to reduce the discount part. So what is discount part? You will do sales into discount, which is 10 here, divide by 100. Okay, and you can simply call this as your discounted sale from this particular table. So we will be implementing this particular query in my PostgreSQL, and let us see where are we after that. So coming to the PostgreSQL, we have this select star from company sales, right? So what do we need to do? Select star, we need all the columns. Now I will do sale underscore amount, which is given to me, minus sale underscore amount into what is the variable of discount. So if you see, the variable name is discount, into discount by 100. Now this whole variable you can say as discounted underscore sales. This is from company sales. Okay, so once you run this simple query, you will get the discounted sale variable. So let us run this. Now let's see what we have got. So yeah, so we have got discounted sales for the particular for each of the sale, we have got a discounted sales. Now my next objective is to create the two categorical variables using case when statements, and I will be using that to create the final table before summary. So let's move towards that. So let us understand what is the meaning of case when statement. Now case when is just a conditional statement. For example, whenever you are given a lot of values and you want to categorize them into various categories. For example, this sales, if you directly look at this sale, you won't understand like what is big, what is small, right? So what generally we do, we categorize things. For example, we talk about high salary, medium salary, or we say low salary. We all have a range in our mind that, okay, let's say a salary less than this is considered a low salary, a salary greater than this is considered a higher salary. So these are all categories that we need to, that we create over, we can create over categorical variables. For example, if north and south then belongs to some region, if discounted sale is less than this particular number, then this particular. So that is something given to us. Now in the question given, we are given three parts: the low, moderate, and high. So if you see that low value, high value, and the moderate value. So for example, how it is given, that you are given a sale. So you are given sale value in this column, or you can say discounted sale, which you have calculated here. Now if this particular discounted sale, if this is less than 3,000, okay, so if this discounted sale is less than 3,000, you will say that this transaction is of low value. Okay, this is low value. If this sale is between 3,000 to 5,000, you will say that this is of moderate value. So you'll say this is of moderate value. This is 3,000 to 5,000. And if it is greater than 5,000, what are we going to do? If it is greater than 5,000, I'm simply going to say this is of high value. High value. If it is greater than 5,000. So this is how we need to create categorization. Now in chart it is fine, but how do we do that in code? Now in SQL we have this case when statements. So just follow and understand the syntax of the case when statement. How do we use case when and how to put various values. So the syntax of case when statement look like this. You have a case keyword, okay, and then you have some when statements, and then you have end as, and after this is the variable name. Variable name. This is the syntax of a case when statement. Now this is a keyword, this is a keyword, you have to place it just like it is given, and then you have a variable name. Now after this, here comes various when statements which you will be using. So you will be using for example, let's say when sale is less than 3,000, for example, you will write it down as, okay, then again, see, this is keyword, then is a keyword, when is a keyword, the variable on which you are putting filter is there, then you have to produce the value, write the value. So what was the value? It was low. So it is low. You don't need to put any comma after this. Now you will write down when sale is between 3,000 to 5,000. For example, let's say you will write down between 3,000 to 5,000. You will write down then medium. Okay. And when sale is, or you can simply say, you can write down a when, or you can simply write down else high value. Okay. This is how a syntax is written in a particular case when statement. So I will show you this case when once again. I know it might get repetitive for people who know, but it is very important to understand the syntax. So how do we write the case when statement? First of all, remember, you have to write down this case keyword, okay, and you have to write down this end as, and this is the variable name. For example, this is sale category, sale underscore category. This is your by default. Now, as I mentioned, this is a keyword, you cannot change it. This is a keyword, you cannot change it. Now what we will do, we will write down the when statements. So for example, let us say I want to create 3 categories. So there will be one when category, okay, when, and then another when. And for the third, you don't need to write a when specifically. You can instead write down else. Okay. So how will you write? When sale is less than 3,000, you will then, let's say low. Okay, there is no comma required after this. When it is 3,000 to 5,000, then it is medium. Then it is medium. And when it is, for example, greater than 5,000, you will call it, then it is high. Okay. This is the syntax, this is the structure of any case when statement. It is very important. And once you are done this, you have to end as sale category. Similarly, we will do for the other variable as well. So let us move to the PostgreSQL and let's write down this particular case when statement. So how will we write the case when statement here is that now we have created a discount sales. Now we need to create a new variable. So how do we do that? You will write down case when case. Okay. After this you will give space and you will write down and as sale underscore category. Okay. You will write down this. Now comes this whole is one variable, remember. So there will be no comma after that because we are directly using from. Now we will write down various when statements. So how do you write it? When. Now what is my criteria? This particular discounted sale which I have created. Okay. If this is less than 3000, then I will call it low value. Now because it is a string, I have to use inverted quotes, low value. Now what I will do, I will simply copy this particular part because we have it 3 times. So now if this is between, if this particular value is between 3000 and 5000, then you will call it medium value. Okay, this part is done. Else you will call it high value. And just to avoid the spaces, I will just give a hyphen between the variables. So we will be getting this. And as high value. Okay, this part is done. And from company sales. So now I will simply run the code. See, I have got the case statement. Now remember, you cannot use this directly here because discount sales is not given in the table. So you have to use this particular calculation only here. Okay, so you will have case when, and you will do else. So I have created the variable. Now let us see, do I see that particular variable here? Yes, I see the sale category as this. Medium value, low value, high value, and all that is created. So I hope you understand. Now let us move similarly. Let's do for the region where we will be calculating the region type based on the region that is given to us. So as per the question, if the region is in north and east, we will classify it as a priority. Otherwise it is non-priority. So what we need to do, we need to create another case when statement. Now because I'm creating another variable after this, so I have to pass a comma here. Now let us write down one more case statement. So case, and let's do one thing, and as region underscore category. This part is done. Now what we need to do, we need to write down when. So we are given when region in. If you remember, it is if it is in north or if it is in east. If this is the case, then you will say that this is priority region. Okay. Otherwise, now because there is only 2 categories, so for other you can simply use else non-priority region. Okay, this part is done. Now we have to end it as this. So I hope this particular part is clear. Now I will simply write down here. Now remember, I don't need any comma after this because I am straight away calling the table from. Now let's run this table. So I will go to the right to see if my table is created, if my additional variable is created. If you see, I have this region category, I have this sale category now. Now there were 3 tasks given to me to do in the main table. I have done them. Now let's visualize, and now after that we'll move to the summary part. So coming to this table, I have got the 2 variables that were required. One was sale category and other was region category. Now what I need to do, I simply need to summarize it across. So what have they asked in the final table? If you see, they have asked me across region category and sale category, they want me to create the total discounted sales. So I will simply write down a summary statement And so how to write down a summary statement, for example. So let us understand how to write a summary statement here. For example, let us say you are given a table, okay, and you have 3 columns, okay. So suppose your first column is sale type, second is region type. For example, this is sale type which is given, other is region type, and third is sales. So what we need to do, we need to create a cumulative value. Now what do you want? Cumulative sales across which variables? So whenever you write down a summary, you have to write down, first of all, select. Then you need to write down which all variables, categorical variables you need. We need sale type and we need region type as well. So we will write down sale type. Then we will write down region type. Once your categorical variables are done, what you will do, you will go to the numerical variable. Now numerical variables cannot be categorized, so you need to use a summary. So what you will do, you need to have the sum of your sales. Okay, now this will come from your main table. Now remember that once you are done with this, you will have group by and order by. 2 things are there. Now in this particular question, they have not asked me any order by, so I'll skip this. Now whenever you are using summary, group by is mandatory. If you don't use, it will give you an error. And what needs to become after group by? All your categorical variables. So for example, sale type and region type, sale type and region type. So this is the SQL syntax once we finish the how to write the summary on the main table. So let us move to the PostgreSQL and we will create this particular summary. Now if you see that we have created this particular code to create the main table, which has all the variables, which has my region category, which has my sales category. Now I need to run a query on this. So what I will be doing, I'll be writing something over this. So how to write this? You have to select. Now remember, what is your first variable? First needs to be your categorical variable. What is your categorical variable? Let us say sale underscore category. The second variable was region category. Okay, so this will be your region category, and third needs to be sum of your discounted sale. So this will be your discounted sale sum. You can say as total discounted underscore sales. So you have got this. Now remember, this main table will come under the from, because we are writing down this SQL query from this particular table which we have created here. Okay, once this is done, remember I need to use group by. Now group by needs to come across sale category and your region category. So once you do this, once we run this particular code, I will get the table in the right. And remember, this is what we were asked to produce. We had to create this particular table by using the summary. Now we were given a table. First of all, we needed to create some additional variables, and then we needed to create a summary. So I hope you understood all the explanation. Let us just summarize everything that we did in this particular question. So in this particular question, you were given a table with some variables. Your first task was to understand what, to convert this particular table into a usable, table. What do you mean by convert into usable table? To add the various variables that they have asked. For example, getting the discounted sale. Second was to get the region variable. Third was to get the sale category. So there were 3 actions which you needed to do to convert this into usable table. Now once that usable table was done, you simply had to write down a summary function across these new variables. Okay, summary across these new variables, across A and B. Now this type of question is very much asked in the interviews, because you don't know how to create the intermediate values. That you have to read the question, analyze it, you have to create things yourself, and you have to map it. So this is the architecture of the question. This was the table, that initial table that is given to you. You had to create a moderate table in between. Okay, you have to create a moderate table in between, and you had through this you had to create the final table, which is summary report. So you were only given this particular table and this particular table. You had to visualize this particular table before writing the whole question. So try to, whenever you get a question, try to understand, create architecture or framework like this in your mind, and it will help you in very long term to understand the question and solve them. So I hope you understood the explanation. I will keep coming up with such important questions very frequently. If you don't understand, do let me know in the comments. And if you understand, please like the video and share the video with your friends so that they can also be benefited. Now I will see you in the next video with another question. Till then, keep learning, and I will see you in the next video.